Yo! What the? Oh my God. DeAndre Hopkins is the best receiver in the game. No question. No competition. Bruh, this man just won the game for the Cardinals on a Hail Mary. Kyle Murray scrambles to his left and throws up a Hail Mary. And there's two defenders there. You don't throw up a pass like that into double coverage. You'll get picked off every time. In fact, a third defender came just to try and intercept that. And DeAndre Hopkins, over 3 defenders, caught that ball for the game. How do you catch that pass over 3 defenders? What? Bill O'Brien, you're an idiot. Why would you trade this man away? Best receiver in the game. That's the difference makers for the Cardinals. That is why Kyle Murray can say, I feel like this team can really compete for a Super Bowl. When you got a guy like that, can make that type of play, oh my God. I don't know. I'm speechless. I'm watching the ending of this game, and I'm getting ready to talk to Bills Mafia and talk about, man, y'all legit Super Bowl contenders, man. Y'all ready to go. My man Josh Allen finally showed up, showing you what he can do. I mean, it's not like Josh Allen hasn't shown up, but like he's had moments where if he plays a bad game, he's not able to recover. And in the second half, he threw 2 picks on back-to-back drives. It really looked bad for them. But with the game on the line, he managed to score. And I was like, this is the Bills' moment. And then here comes DeAndre Hopkins catching a Hail Mary pass for the game over 3 defenders. But that is not possible. Best receiver in the game. That is something Calvin Johnson would pull off. DHop's doing it too. Best receiver in the game. Best receiver in the game. Don't question it. Don't try to debate it. Best receiver in the game. Now, with that being said, let's get into this game. This is clearly the game of the week. Best game of the week. No question. You cannot debate that. Most competitive. Came down to the wire. Came down to a Hail Mary. So let's look at the Bills first because unfortunately they lose this game. Defensively, they struggled to stop Kyle Murray from running. When they were pulling off those design runs, the Bills had no response for it. Kyle Murray was running free all day. And on this touchdown runs, he went in untouched. Bills defense could not stop Kyle Murray from running the ball the entire game. Surprisingly, they held him from getting the ball in the end zone via the pass game until the end of the game. Bills defense started off well. They held this Cardinals offense to 9 points in the first half. They were looking good. Second half, they came out. They were doing good in stopping the pass game, but they couldn't stop that run game. That's what got the Cardinals going. And eventually, the Cardinals took the lead. And they kept that lead for the most part. But a gift was given to them. On a pass late in the fourth quarter, it was behind Larry Fitzgerald, but he tried to catch it, and it popped up. And that was an easy pick for the Bills. They took advantage. They didn't even take advantage of that pick, but it definitely did change the momentum. And then eventually, the Bills were able to score and take the lead. So for the most part, this Bills defense did well until this last play. But at the same time, what can you possibly do? You cover it perfectly. And you've got 3 defenders on this number 1 receiver. And he just goes out there and makes a play. What can you do? You can't blame the defense. You couldn't have done better than that. 3 defenders on DHop and he catches it over all 3? What are you supposed to do as a defender? At what point? What can he do? Because if you try to push him, that's going to be pass interference. They covered that perfectly, and DHop just made a play over all 3 of them. So I'm not going to sit there and say the Bills' defense choked or anything like that. That's just DHop being wild and pulling off something only Calvin Johnson would probably be able to pull off. Or at least I've seen Calvin Johnson do this before. I've seen Calvin Johnson do this. DHop's the second play I've really seen do this. Julio's close. I've seen Julio do something similar to this, but 3 players? Nah. I mean, unless someone got the play, I don't remember seeing it. I've seen him do over 2 players, but 3? Not 100% sure. But yeah, Bills defense, they did the best they could. Weren't able to make a stop. In the end, with that Hail Mary, DHop made the play. Offensively for the Bills, started off the game slow in the first half. They got 13 points, went into the I'm not 13 points, 16 points, and they went into halftime with a 16-9 lead. That 16-point was kicked on a field goal by their kicker, who hit, I believe, what was it, a 58-yard field goal? He just boomed it, man. It was a beautiful kick. Took them into the half with that. They came back out, eventually scored a touchdown, got a 23-9 lead, and then they just stalled on offense. The Cardinals offense slowly started chipping away at that lead until they took the lead with the score being 26-23. Then you start seeing Allen and the offense try to get it going, but tragedy hit at some point. Josh Allen was playing well for the most part. In fact, he started the game with a receiving touchdown, and then, he eventually threw a touchdown as well. That gave them the 23-9 lead. But in the second half, it just got bad. It got bad, and he threw 2 picks in back-to-back drives that basically looked like it was going to end the game for them, but the Cardinals offense just kept them in them because the Cardinals offense wasn't able to close the game. Next thing you know, we're in the 2-minute warning, under 2 minutes, final drive for the Bills, and this was the moment I wanted to see. I wanted to see Josh Allen. With the game on the line, I wanted to see him go and score a touchdown to help lead his team to a victory. That is the biggest difference between Josh Allen this year and Josh Allen last year. That and Stephon Diggs. Last year, Bills didn't really know how to close games, and it's what cost them a lot, especially in the playoffs. This season, in that moment against the Cardinals, Allen did it. He hit that touchdown pass to Diggs, and it looked like the Bills were about to take this victory. And I was sitting here like, this is what I needed to see. I needed to see this from Josh Allen. Because if I could see him close a game like this, then that's all the Bills need to be a legit Super Bowl contender. Despite the ending of this game, I still think the Bills are Super Bowl contenders because Josh Allen was able to do that. That was what was missing from last year, closing the game out. And Josh Allen can do it this year. That's why he's an MVP candidate. And that's why I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, yes, this Bills team is a legit Super Bowl contender. Despite how this game ended, they are a legit Super Bowl contender. And Josh Allen seems like he's ready for the moment. Just close out games in the postseason and they will be good. I'm telling you. Continue this trend. Despite how this game ended for the Bills, I like what I saw from them. Moving on to the we'll talk about him. It's basically the same with Josh Allen the other guy. But we'll talk about the Cardinals. Defensively, Patrick Peterson. I don't know what to tell you, dog. You started out this game so unfortunate. Not like you were playing bad or getting beat, but you didn't have hands. You had an opportunity to pick off Josh Allen. Ball was thrown right to your hands. You drop it. Later down in the game, you have a second opportunity to pick off Josh Allen. Right in your hands, you go for it. You drop it again. And I'm like, oh my God, he's dropped 2 picks. That could be a difference maker. Oh, this third one, my man Patrick Peterson said, nah, bro, I'm not finna go like this. I'm getting my pick. Third one, he reads Allen's eyes, predicts where the ball goes, and he picks it off cleanly. Beautiful pick by Patrick Peterson. He got his revenge. He made sure he got his revenge and redeemed himself for those 2 drop picks. That was a much-needed pick, and it really helped out for the most part. But overall, the defense of the Cardinals, it was solid for the most part. Again, you held this offense to 16 points in the first half. It could have been a little bit more cleaner, but you held them to field goal after it looked like they were ready to try and take over the game. So good for you guys. Second half, they get that touchdown. It ain't looking good. But again, defense, you buckle up. You buckle up and you stop this Bills offense from scoring while your team slowly starts to come back. And now as they slowly start to come back, you guys continue to make stops against Josh Allen. And after you take the lead, you start picking them off. So I like what I saw from the Cardinals defense, except for that last drive. Because y'all let this man go down the field and score what would have been a game-winning touchdown. And that would have hurt. That really would have hurt. That touchdown pass to Stephon Diggs was beautiful. And that the defender's got to be better than that. You got to be closer than that. You can't allow that to happen. Defense got to tighten up a little bit more. Same for the Bills. They got to tighten up a little bit more. But especially the Cardinals, because of the division you're in, that defense has got to tighten up a little bit more. Just tighten up a little bit more. Tighten up. Tighten up a little bit more. Don't give up those type of plays. and keep doing what you're doing. And moving forward, you're going to be great. Last but not least, offensively. Kyle Murray, for the most part, in terms of the passing game, he wasn't really doing a lot early on. He was making plays, mostly with his feet and his legs, but he was making some solid passes, hitting his man early on in Hopkins. But then, after hitting DHop early on, some reason, the passing game, for the most part, disappeared. And DHop, specifically, disappeared in the game. We did not think we were going to see him for the rest of the game until the end, when he shocked us. But, yeah, passing game, for the most part, wasn't working in the first half. You guys were moving the ball, making plays. You guys just couldn't get in the end zone. You actually got down to the goal line, and you got stopped, and you had to kick a field goal. So, going into halftime, y'all had 9 points, and y'all knew y'all needed something to change. You came out, you were more aggressive, you started prioritizing the run, especially with Kyler, and it got Kyler a couple rushing touchdowns, which was beautiful, beautifully executed by the offense, beautifully executed by Kyle Murray, and it ended up with him scoring 2 rushing touchdowns. They looked fantastic, and I loved what I saw from the adjustments that Kingsbury made in the second half. You're down 23-9. You fight back, take this lead at 26-23. Then your defense gives up that touchdown, and I'm sitting there thinking, game's most likely over. But Kyle Murray starts making plays and start moving down the field. He does one thing wrong that I didn't like. 21 seconds left in the game. You need over 50 yards. He rolls to his right, and he's kind of just hesitating. He's not going out of bounds. He's not getting rid of the ball. Time continues to click, and eventually he kind of just throws a dart to Fitzgerald, who gets out of bounds. I didn't like that. You're wasting too much time. You know what you got to do. You need to preserve this time. You can't. I know you're trying to make a play, Kyler, but you got to be able to preserve this time. And it felt like him doing that basically put them in a Hail Mary situation. That's kind of just how the situation went. And because of that, they really were in a Hail Mary situation. Pretty much with the last play of the game, Kyle Murray sprints to his left, buys time, and just throws a Hail Mary pass to Hopkins, who was double covered. Again, that is not a good throw from Murray. It's a good throw in terms of getting the ball out there as a Hail Mary. But normally throwing it to double coverage ends in a bad result. Still, I like Kyle Murray was willing to take that chance. He knew the game was on the line. He's like, I got to make a play. Either this is going to be an incompletion and we lose the game, it gets picked off and we lose the game, or DHop makes a play for me. That is the biggest difference maker, man. You got to be willing to take those shots. He took that shot. The best receiver in the game, DHop, made the play, and the Cardinals take this victory. Gotta love this game. It's filled with so much. Bills, do not be disappointed in how this game ended. It sucks, but you guys proved that you guys are Super Bowl contenders because Josh Allen, when he needed to, was able to close the game. Tighten up on defense, you'll be fine. Cardinals, you're starting to make that push into being a real Super Bowl contender. Keep it up. I like what I'm seeing from Kyler. I like what I'm seeing from that offense. I like what I'm seeing from the team. Keep it up. With that being said, there's only one game left, man. Sunday Night Football. Ravens, Patriots. I'm ready for it, man. I already got the jersey ready. I'm going to be wearing it the entire game. It should be fun. That's all I got, and I'm out of here, man. Peace.